Alright, so I'm back with another reaction video. If you could see, shout out to Family TV. Funerals to Federal. Detroit rapper shot in the face hours after his brother's funeral. You got shot in your face hours after your brother's funeral.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
Whole game, bitch, send me 5 or orange. Slide in a hawk, you wet me down, I'm born. For my mama, miss my grandma, miss my uncle, rest in peace, left from race. Tear shot.
All y'all pages, crime in the D, whatever the fuck. That was not no fucking repass, fi. Police just.
I don't need trust, I love big money, pink fifties, blue honeys. Hell yeah, we dropped our brother, and what? Do something.
Nearly a dozen police raids that happened in less than 24 hours.
More than 40 guns were recovered yesterday during those raids, and several arrests have been made.
And we're definitely going to hold them accountable.
40
and I
guns,
want to thank
bro.
the community because the tips are flowing in. They're giving me all type of great intel, and they're posting their own stuff on social media, which you all know as well. And you probably are watching it as well. They're posting themselves with guns. They're going back and forth with the chatter. And tell them, I love it. Keep going. Keep doing it.
I'm not here to be in Detroit, and I'm not purposely staying in Detroit. And I gotta be real, I grew love for Detroit. And on top of that, it was some stories that I could have brought to you guys' attention yesterday. I was working on some other places, but one of the main ones was in Detroit from a video that I just dropped 48 hours ago. But you know, here at the Family TV, I gotta bring y'all the news because y'all deserve the updates. Let's keep it all the way real. There's a war going on outside in Detroit. Since the death of 56 Dion, who we talked about just last week, who was gunned down on camera after being ambushed, things have only gotten worse, and the city done turned up another notch. So look, first we had Dion, as mentioned, gunned down on camera. Then we had another man who was killed at his repast. And right after that, during the same hour I dropped that video, reports came out that the brother of the man who actually spoke in the video that we put out was shot in the face a day after his brother's funeral. He survived, but social media been lit up ever since. Some voices calling for peace and others adding fuel to the fire. And if the repast wasn't enough, we even saw the madness spill over into a hospital. One man tried to take his ex-wife's life inside that building. And at the very same time, another man was gunned down inside a vehicle. That's 2 tragedies in the same place at the same time. Less than 3 hours of me doing this video. But that ain't all. Behind the scenes, the feds made them.
Detroit got a lot of shit going the fuck on, bro.
They hit over 10 homes and arrested 40 plus people within the last 24 hours of me doing this video. During that time, they snatched more than 40 firearms. The federal sweep right there was the icing on the cake. And that made me say I gotta bring this to y'all as an update today. And after that was announced, it was quickly discovered that allegedly one of the cars used to kill Dion was found. We're talking about almost 2 weeks later, and they didn't decide to burn it. And on top of that, a person allegedly connected to that car that was used to take out Dion, well, it was a situation where he lost his life as well. And I'm gonna let y'all put 2 and 2 together on that. Now the police are even saying social media posts, including one from one of the biggest artists in Detroit, are being used in this investigation. It's not just the tips from the streets, it's what's being posted online that's catching attention. Now I know that was a lot, but in this video we're gonna cover it all in chronological order. Why Dion was at that location where he lost his life, the aftermath at the repast, the hospital shootings, the Fed's massive sweep, and how social media playing a role in this war can lead to some big names being implicated. But most importantly, we're going to talk about the lives being lost and the families being hurt in the middle of it all. Fam, this bigger than just the streets. This is Detroit being put under a spotlight. Free pass, funerals, hospitals, neighborhoods, and even the internet. Nothing is off limits right now. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no aim. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. It's real, but as we always say, the streets don't forget. And it's easier said than done.
Hold on, man. Let me spark my black real quick. Alright.
move on. Let bygones be bygones. Be the bigger person. But when you lose a loved one, people grieve differently. Now, for those who don't know, almost 2 years ago, we did a story in Detroit about the 7 Mile Bloods, a man who was responsible for some murders back in 2014. Now, of course, I'm going to leave a link in the bio for those who want to check that video out, whether you have or just want to refresh your memory on what really took place. Because what if I told you that situation is still responsible for bodies being dropped almost a decade later? Famous an unwritten rule in the streets. I could tell you firsthand that. Unfortunately, it's this generational beef that be inherited in neighborhoods. It's a bad unwritten rule. You're involved in a situation that the older generation had took place or had. In some cases, you wasn't even born when the beef started. And that's what you got here with the 7 Mile Bloods. Oftentimes, these neighborhoods will rename themselves, but yet again, it's the younger generation from the past, all under one alliance. So you got SMB, which is 7 Mile Blood. Also, 7 Mile Bloods 5-5, 700 or 56, which is the newer generation, what they claim now. The gang allegedly operates on Detroit's east side, Gerd and Kelly, and between 7 and 8 Mile. The gang has claimed the area as their territory and referred to it as the Red Zone. The area is also in the zip code 4205, which is SMB refers to as 4820 Die, which they refer to in some of their rap lyrics, even back in 2014. As mentioned in the previous video, evidence showed an ongoing gang war between the gangs, and alliance of each other gangs has stemmed from a murder back in July 2014. And since then, the rival gangs have been attacking each other and posting their own hit list on social media. The shooting war led to an increase of homicides and non-fatal shootings on Detroit's east side. Now, the murder that took place was Dewan Page, aka Neff, a part of the force. He lost his life on July 14, 2014. Another person who was shot, as we mentioned in the story linked in the bio, was identified as Michael from 42 Twins.
Them numbers at Big 4, they know I get busy. They know that they see me. No top on that bill.
Now, according to the feds, the force is an east side gang that's south of 6 Mile Road. And those familiar with the rap scene might know that one of the biggest artists from Detroit, Rep Foes, 42 Dub, who was real close to Neek and mentioned him in many songs. One was a dedication track when he first signed to Yo Gotti. The track was titled R.P. Neff.
Yeah, Big Foes. Whole game, bitch, 75 or orange. Slide in a hawk, you.
Even mentioning Neff at the very beginning of his 2022 hit featuring Future, titled Maybach.
My grandma, Miss Mom, rest in peace.
On the west side.
Speaking of Neff, as mentioned, when Michael Davis was shot with Neff, in 2018, he was supposed to testify. He was just 27 years old. He was supposed to take the stand and identify 7 Mile Blood members in that fatal shooting. But on March 8, 2017, the district judge, George, had asked Davis, will he testify about the shooting? In his response, no, Your Honor. Now, after Neff lost his life in 2014, a new alliance on the east side was created. The Hustle Boys, 6 Mile Cheddar Grove, and Max Out 220 gang, another banded together to battle the historic stronger 7 Mile Bloods. Now, after Neff died, photos of 10 7 Mile Blood members were posted on Instagram, which was a hit list according to prosecutors. Several photos, including photos of accused 7 Mile Blood leaders Corey Bailey, Billy Arnold, were posted on Instagram by someone using the name All Headshots. Now, in the previous video, we mentioned the alleged 7 Mile Blood leaders Corey Bailey and Billy Arnold involvement in their alleged gang. But they got their revenge for Neff, because months will go by according to the feds and 7 Mile Blood members and associates got shot. Donald Hendricks, who was charged in the case and raps under the name Hard Work Jig, survived being shot in August of 2014 at Eastland Center Mall.
Playing crazy over here, man. I'm playing crazy tonight.
You know what time it is? It's Hard Work Jig. I'm so Detroit.
You just want to turn up, man, and play crazy. Turn up, go crazy. Check it. I'm playing crazy. I'm feeling good because the day over. Time to jump fresh, turn up, get drunk, catch a hangover. I told Dip, bring the Range Rover. Now it's time to find a stripper.
The name Hard Work Jig came from actually a little music thing we started in my neighborhood, like off 7 Mile, this Hard Work Entertainment. Basically all the artists that we was all homeboys, and we basically just took the Hard Work Entertainment, and once we started rapping, like my homeboy's name Hard Work Sunny, and Hard Work Ville, and cause my street name is Jig, I just put the Hard Work in front of it, and just kept it and ran with it.
Next was the alleged 7 Mile Blood member Jason Whiteboy Gill, 30 years old. He was killed the following February. Then someone pumped 18 bullets into accused 7 Mile Blood member Michael Rogers in March of 2015.
Damn.
In less than a year, 7 accused 7 Mile Blood members were shot and 4 died. May they rest in peace and love and condolences to their families. Now the 7 Mile Bloods have retaliated by posting photos of 6'2" rivals on the gang's Instagram page, Triple O Big Blood, according to the government. And in return, they rivals went hunting. On May 1st, 2015, the alleged 7 Mile Bloods leader, Devin Block McClure, was riding in a blue Ford Crown Victoria on Detroit East Side, south of the Red Zone. At around 1:15 p.m., he was driving near the intersection of Hayes and Houston Witter. That's when a tan-colored SUV pulled alongside him and started shooting. Bullets shattered the window, flattened the tires, and struck the 7 Mile Bloods leader several times in the head, leaving him DOA.
Damn.
He rested in peace and love and condolences to his family. Now, fam, all this in the span of just 1 year. Now fast forward to 2025, a decade later, you got the younger generation of the 7 Mile Bloods going by 56 or 700, which now you know the 700 Dion or 56/700 Dion, his alleged affiliation, and how the beef with other neighborhoods has started when he was in single digits. And now you'll understand some of these Facebook posts by alleged 4-2 members, and some would say celebrating the demise of these alleged 700 members. Like when 4-2 Doug had posted his track We Not Done, writing hardest out right now, with ironically 7 laughing emojis almost immediately.
Nigga, that's
after
6.
700 Dion had lost at least 7 laughing.
Bitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 laughing emojis, cuz.
Emojis almost immediately after 700 Dion had lost his life.
We not done, rules moving nice. We not done, fucking niggas hoes.
Now, for those who don't know, 700 Dion, as we just mentioned, we did his story as well last week. I'll leave the link in the bio. He's the guy who unfortunately lost his life after he was ambushed. Now, here's a photo on what he ran towards, and if he was able to jump over it, could have possibly got away. But the fact of the matter is that he couldn't. Now, I'm gonna play this video, at least the surveillance footage from a Ring doorbell footage. I'm sorry. For you guys one more time, and I want you guys to see if you can identify the vehicles that's being used, because one of them was allegedly recovered within the last 24 hours of me doing this video, almost 2 weeks after his demise, which some could say is a clear sign of an arrest soon to come.
No. What is this? Damn.
Now, it's been alleged that 700 Dion was known to go to that location almost every evening to get something. And allegedly the person knew both sides, but that has yet to be confirmed. Just telling you guys what's the information that's been out there. Now, as mentioned on August 18, 2025, 700 Dion family and friends will have his funeral and then his repast later. And it was targeted. And unfortunately, a band gang member had lost his life. But now, after seeing and hearing more information, I'm starting to believe he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. We also did that story. Now, in that story, I played a clip, but I didn't go into details exactly who this young man is, except say that was 700 Dion's brother, after he spoke up and called out the local police department saying they making up theories, saying that the family was attending the repast of 700 Dion when the shooting had occurred. Now, I'm gonna let you hear that clip one more time, because that's key. The following day, not even 24 hours later, that same young man was shot in the face. And as of now, thank God he survived. He's a local rapper who's identified as 700 Lil Mello. He's known for dissing 4-2 Doug as well.
I'm saying that stupid ass shit on the internet, gang. All y'all pages, crime in the D, whatever the fuck. That was not no fucking repass, fi. Police just wanna be on our dick so bad. The fuck on. And one, my little brother ain't even had no repass. We weren't feeling that shit. Police just wanna, feds, police, DPD, whatever the fuck, they just wanna paint this horrible ass image of niggas. Like, I don't get that shit, bro. Let us grieve, my nigga. Y'all wanna build a case so bad to put us in jail, bro. I just don't get that shit.
Now, looking back, you would think, why would one man want to talk about the police like that? Knowing his crew and his brother gathering period was targeted. But now it seemed like because he knew he was one of the alleged targets. Because not even 24 hours later, he was shot in the face. Someone located his vehicle and he was shot multiple times. Now it seemed like he survived, thank God. But instantly after, 42 Doug went to Instagram and said, "You ain't heard?" In another post he wrote, "I think it's time for me to drop." But then you had artists like Babyface Ray, right? So war outside in my city. I ain't gonna preach to the youngers and soldiers. Stay prayed up, be careful. And remember, ain't no second chances at life. Streets talking, police watching. Doug followed up with, "Stop the violence, man. Damn, I done had enough." Laugh out loud. And then Doug went on and wrote, "For any nigga that wanna do something to me, I'll be on Warzone tonight at 11 p.m. with a fully automatic kilo." Laughing emojis. And the fact of the matter is this, you might assume at this point the force is responsible for causing havoc. But when you got 700 having enemies from different sides, one might be celebrating and allegedly you think they speaking on it and they allegedly responsible, but it might be somebody else. Now within the last 24 hours of me doing this video, Doug went to Facebook and said to follow. When to decide what you living and dying for, make sure you let your people know too. Life for no game. Don't have your people calling around trying to figure shit out. Tell them up front, my dog is finna go get killed. I'm a kid out here, man. I just want to do anything till somebody catch me and blow my head off. But at this point, within the last 24 hours, the feds have raided over 10 homes, finding over 40 firearms and making arrests in the process. They just had enough about the crime going on in Detroit.
Nearly a dozen police raids that happened in less than 24 hours.
More than 40 guns were recovered yesterday during those raids, and several arrests have been made. CBS News Detroit's Jordan Burrow joins us live now with more. He's at Detroit Police Headquarters. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Meredith. According to Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison, these raids were for two reasons. One, to make sure that violent criminals, violent offenders are out of your communities and out of your neighborhoods. And two, Todd Bettison said he wants to make sure that crime is down overall. According to Bettison, he said that 11 search warrants were issued Wednesday morning. He said during these search warrants, several arrests were made. Bettison said he didn't say exactly where that these happened, these warrants, search warrants happened, but he noted the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office and the U.S. Attorney's Office were involved, which means some of these warrants were for federal search warrants. He added they actually do now have a good lead on the shooting that happened at Latham Playground. He also added the community was a big help during these raids.
We all know who they are, and we're definitely going to hold them accountable. And I want to thank the community because the tips are flowing in. They're giving me all type of great intel, and they're posting their own stuff on social media, which you all know as well. And you probably are watching it as well. They're posting themselves with guns. They're going back and forth with the chatter. And tell them, I love it. Keep going. Keep doing it.
More than 40 guns were seized during these raids. Also pointing out, Chief Bettison said social media was just as much as a help as the community was too. Reporting live from DPD headquarters, Jordan Burrow, CBS News, Detroit.
Yeah, social media definitely helping in this situation.
Now, while all this is going on, this morning, August 22nd, 2025, a man who was identified as Mario Green, 53 years old, was wanted after an attempt on killing his wife inside a local hospital. Now, for some reason, reports are indicating that this woman had lost her life, but after reading a comment under a post, it seemed, according to the alleged daughter, she's living, thank God. Now, while the search is on for Mario, they claiming he's armed and dangerous. It was a lockdown on the hospital, but it's since been lifted. Now, it's mentioned Mario, 53 years old. According to authorities, he allegedly got into an argument with his ex-wife who worked at the hospital in the basement of the facility. They go on to say that Mario then pulled out a gun, shooting and killing his ex-wife. At this time, it's unclear how Green was able to get into the hospital, well, at least certain parts. About a month ago, his ex-wife, identified by family as Latricia Green, had filed a personal protection order, which was not served to Green. Police say after the shooting, Green had fled in the 2011 Dodge Charger, which reports was found in the city Friday afternoon. Now, a concerned citizen that went up there and went live, because not only that situation had been reported, but it was also reported that a man had lost his life after being gunned down inside a vehicle on the same street identified as Lord Jarvis. And that's what people assumed that he was talking about at first. You can
doesn't
see in the
seem like he's affecting anybody.
According to YouTube
you
guidelines, we can't show comments.
Look at this.
But may he rest in peace and love condolences to his family. Check out that live.
It's your man, it's the one and only, the only one, Mr. Sam 44. Man, we don't know if the active shooter is still in there. We don't know what. I got family in there. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm trying to figure out where the news is. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of mayhem. You can see the people behind me, and it doesn't seem like it's affecting anybody. You know? Look at this. Active shooter. You see that? It's supposed to be an active shooter in the motherfucking hospital. Okay? Somebody called me out of my busy day. They say, Sam, why you not down there covering this shit? Okay, I'm down here covering it. Don't see too much, nothing. See a lot of them down there. You see? Look at them. Okay, see a lot of that. That doesn't tell me if the shooter is done. People seem like they're around the hospital. Just some police out there, a few healthcare members coming out. Excuse me, I'm Sanford Miles from Detroit Raw Live. Is the active shooter still in that building? I don't know. Okay, because I have family in there. I just want to make sure. Everything is contained? Everything is contained? Okay, thank you. Well, there you have it. Whatever was going on, ain't going on.
Ain't going on.
Now, if y'all didn't understand now. I came down here, I showed it. Henry Ford, active shooter. Everybody's saying nobody's down there not right now, okay? So nobody dead, no gore, none of that shit that's going to give you views because I don't need this shit. I'm out.
That nigga was mad.
Fine. Detroit, there's one thing this war showed us, is that there's no safe space. When it gets to repasses and hospitals and even the internet, none is off limits no more. From Dion losing his life on camera, to a man being shot in the face right after his repass, to somebody being gunned down outside the hospital, where another man tried to take his ex-wife inside the hospital. This is what the city is facing right now. And when the feds step in, raiding over 10 homes, locking up over 40 people, getting guns off the street, you know what come next. Indictments. And what makes this even crazier is how social media is playing a role. Posts from one of the biggest artists in Detroit are being looked at the same way as street tips. The police not just watching the blocks, they watching the timelines too. And at the end of the day, this ain't just about headlines, it's about families. We gotta bury loved ones, the kids losing parents. It's the neighborhoods that stay on edge every single night. And my job, fam, is to make sure the truth that's already been presented to the public don't get unnoticed. So to everybody out there in Detroit, y'all stay safe, man. Stay aware. Stay prayed up. My love and prayers go out to every single family hurting right now. Once again, rest in peace to every victim we talked about in this story. Love and condolences to you guys' families. And I'm sending love and prayers to everyone who was affected. If nothing else, I'm going to make sure y'all stay updated. With that being said, I got to get ready to present this other story to you guys, fam. It seemed like we got another artist associated with Lil Durk who went to Atlanta, robbed a man inside his home, kidnapped him, took him to a church, shot him 17 times, and dumped his body. I'm pulling up the indictment as we speak. Be on the lookout for that. But as of now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the state with Detroit at right now. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Man. I ain't gonna lie. Let me just speak on it real quick. Cause coming from a city, not their city, this, bro, like, you don't want to be too mixed up in the shit. Like, I would hate for something to happen to my brother and then niggas come shoot up the fucking funeral, like, or the repast. Like, it's cool when you doing all that shooting and hurting people and all that, but eventually niggas gonna get tired of it. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how much of a bitch they are. Niggas is gonna feel like they gotta come get your stupid ass. They can't find you, bro. They're gonna get somebody close to you that's gonna, it's gonna hurt regardless. Like, man, I'm just glad I don't do no street shit no more. I see it from the outside. I'm on the outside looking into this shit now. And that shit don't look cool no more, bro. That shit don't look cool no more. Like, niggas is going to jail. Your house getting raided. Some of these fucking houses ain't even yours. They your baby mom house, your girl house, your mom house, your grandmom house. They getting raided because of you. Like, niggas is like, it's just crazy, bro.